Midnight in the palace. Quiet lay smooth like a shine on burnished gold, like the nap on brushed velvet. The singers of songs for the evening shift breathed slowly, then sang again in low, soothing tones into brass pipes that fed their notes into the imperial bedchamber. Their voices blended like water in songs so gentle they could break your heart. The Emperor's cupbearer's young second assistant approached the bedroom door bearing a chalice on a tray. Its foamy warm milk surface never stirred. Imperial cupbearers could carry loaded trays across lava fields without the slightest motion rippling the surface of His Exalted Magnificence's drink. Or so they liked to think. The second assistant bowed to the porter at the door. The porter's gaze moved slightly toward a flank of guards, concealed by tall scarlet drapes. The chief guard, dressed in a soldier's gear, stepped forward and motioned to his lieutenant. "The Emperor's milk." The lieutenant bowed to his captain and removed from his pocket his own less glorious cup. The cupbearer's second assistant poured an ounce of warm milk into the soldier's cup, then wiped the rim of the Emperor's chalice. The lieutenant guard slowly drank his portion. He wiped clean his own small cup and slipped it back into his pocket. They all waited, their ears cocked as though straining to hear the sounds in his belly. Just once, the lieutenant thought, it would be interesting if something actually did happen. But that something would likely begin with the stopping of his own heart. Such could be the unhappy fate of an imperial warm milk taster. The lieutenant rocked back and forth on the balls of his feet. He took a deep, healthy, thoroughly unpoisoned breath. "Very well, then," said the porter to the second assistant. "You will proceed?" The bearer of the imperial warm milk cup nodded. It was good of the porter not to treat him like a youth and mention that this was his first time in the sacred bedchamber. "I will proceed." The porter tapped a teakwood mallet against a hollow silver flute mounted to the wall. A chime hung in the air, then faded. It was answered by a muffled chime from within the bedchamber. The cupbearer's second assistant felt the muscles in his legs contract. He wiggled his toes inside his shiny new shoes. The porter produced a key from one of his pockets, unlocked the great bedchamber door, and swung it open. Step after solemn step led the cupbearer's second assistant through the great dim cathedral of a bedchamber, past trickling marble pools where orchids dozed and golden carp flicked their tails, past shocking statues of former empresses and candle-lit shrines to heroic ancestor emperors from days gone by. Outside in the palace pleasure gardens, a bird of paradise sang. A pair of lamps by the imperial bed cast a warm red glow upon white silk damask bedclothes. The emperor lay in the middle of the bed, little more than a fitful, restless, thrashing lump beneath blankets and sheets. "So much space around him, and so much luxury," marveled the cupbearer's second assistant. "And yet he's all alone." "I don't feel like milk tonight," said the lump. The cupbearer bowed and turned to leave. "Oh, give me some since you're here." The emperor squirmed into an upright position, and the servant reached forward with the cup to press it against his radiance's lower lip. Even in the dim light, the cupbearer was dazzled by the luster of the emperor's silk pajamas and the glint of his golden earrings. Rubies clustered like worshippers across his royal fingers, and his face gleamed where the ladies of imperial ablutions had anointed his skin with hazelnut oil. The long tails of his imperial moustache curled in divinely royal spirals of blackest jet. These long moustaches were a point of extreme pride for the emperor. Many an older man could not produce such beauties, and he not yet 22. Yet for all this magnificent splendor, the young cupbearer couldn't suppress an irreverent thought. My youngest cousin could wrestle him to the ground easily, and divine emperor or no, he still has pimples.